the election board tally sheet from our election that occurred yesterday on June 20th, 2023. Mr. Lindo Murphy, who is the chairman of the election board, is coming forward.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
The Forest Heights election that happened on June the 20th of 2023. The total of votes for Troy Lemon of Forest Heights was 138. For Raymond Hamilton was 9. Troy Lemon is the new elected mayor, 15th mayor of Forest Heights and the youngest mayor of Forest Heights to be in office. Congratulations, Mayor, and welcome to your good career.
Thank you, sir. If I could, I would just like to recognize a few special guests we have in the audience today before we move to the oath of office. We have the pleasure to welcome with us today our state senator from the District of 26 in Maryland. That is State Senator C. Anthony Muse. State Senator Muse is joining us after a short bout with illness, but he's doing much better. And he also helped us pass a very important piece of legislation in the Maryland General Assembly this year. So I just want to thank you, sir, for being here. At this time, we will have the oath of office. First, we're going to begin with the oath of office for Mayor-elect Mayor Troy Barrington Lilly, sworn in by Prince George's County Circuit Court Clerk, Ms. Mahasan El-Amin. Okay, no problem. So we will, I'll continue to act. In her stead, we are going to move to the swearing in of Reserve Police Officer, Miss Lisa White. Miss Lisa White, please come forward. And if I could indulge, I would like to have our Chief of Police here, Chief Anthony Reese, Chief of the Forest Heights Police Department, just to talk a little bit about what a reserve officer does, what it means for the town, and why we're doing this today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor-elect Lilly. I do want to say that the Forest Heights Police Department in 2012, the council with the chief at the time elected to have a reserve officer program. That is a strictly volunteer program. What that does is supplements the full-time force of our full-time paid officers to give backup of community resources and things like that. But they are sworn as a full-time police officer, but they are strictly volunteer. I do want to say that this is a monument moment because we have 2 female police officers. With that being said, last year, the town, we pledged to have 30 by 30. That means that we want 30% of female in our ranks as a police officer before 2030. I think this is monument. That brings our total of female police officers to 3. We have a unique situation here in the town of Forest Heights. We've broken it up. And so, like, for example, we have our automated speed camera, house 7 police officers, and our police department under the general fund house 17. So that brings a grand total of police officers here in the town of Forest Heights of 24 sworn, 24-hour policing here in the town, which now we will have 25 because she is strictly volunteer. And now the ranks of the Forest Heights Police Department is continue to grow. Yes.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. And you're going to swear or affirm? Which one would you like to swear or affirm? Swear. Okay. You want to raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Please repeat after me when I ask your name. I
I, Lisa White,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will
and that I will
be faithful and bear true allegiance
be faithful and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws
and support the Constitution and laws
thereof,
thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the position of
execute the position of
police officer
police officer
with the town of Forest Heights Police Department,
with the town of Forest Heights Police Department,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of the state.
and laws of the state.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We're gonna have you sign here. I'll sign here. There's also another pledge that officers who are sworn in the state of Maryland pledge to. It's the sanctity of life. And basically what this says is that the undersigned certified police officer, as defined by PSA 3-201, in accordance with their assigned duties as a police officer in a Maryland Public Safety Article Section 3-524, they pledge at all times, whether on duty or off duty, to respect every human life and act with compassion towards others. So this is a very esteemed oath that you take, and we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
I think we're gonna sign here. Thanks.
Thank you.
And next we will have Officer Brianna Gooding. Please come forward. Thanks for being here. Would you like to swear or affirm? Okay. Place your left hand on the Bible and your right hand, please raise it. I state your name,
I, Brianna Gooding,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws
and support the Constitution and laws
thereof,
thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality and prejudice,
execute the position of
execute the position of
police officer
police officer
with the town of Forest Heights Police Department,
with the town of Forest Heights Police Department,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of this state.
and the laws of this state.
Congratulations. And I could have you sign here. Thank you. I'm going to sign here. Congratulations. Thanks. Congratulations. And now at this time, I'm going to welcome the Prince George's County Clerk of the Circuit Court, Ms. Mahasan El Hamid. Excuse me.
Thank you. It's gonna hold the Bible for you.
My mother's gonna.
Yeah.
Miss
That's
Miss
right.
Gloria Lily's gonna hold the Bible. My mother, let's.
Okay, great. Are you saying in the right location too? So. There you go. You gotta hold the Bible out. There you go. Yeah, you want to sit right here? There you go. Okay. Left hand on the Bible? Want to swear or affirm?
I will. Swear.
Okay, I can use my outdoor voice. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Swear, right?
I will swear.
I
Troy Barrington Lilly,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
Mayor for the town of Forest Heights,
Mayor for the town of Forest Heights,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state
according to the Constitution and laws of this state
and the charter of this town.
and the charter of this town.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's need your signatures, okay? So signature right there for me. Signature and signature. Oh, you use blue on this, use blue. All right, this is yours. This is mine. Have fun. Huh? Sure, yeah. What are you looking at?
Oh,
Okay.
where did you look? Here? Okay.
Okay. My pleasure.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we will have public period. Madam Clerk, is there anyone in the gallery who has signed up to speak at this time? Can you speak into the mic, Madam Clerk, please?
We have Andrea McCutcheon. Let's let her go first. Andrea McCutcheon.
Ms. McCutcheon, please come forward. Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you.
Yes,
Very
I'm
much
sure you're
appreciated.
familiar. I'm sure you're familiar. You'll have 2 minutes to speak. Thank you for
First
being
thing
here.
I wanted to say was, I looked at the minutes from the last meeting that I attended.
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
had given you information, and your meetings don't reflect anything that I said. Okay, and I also wanted to say that it says something about pull up, run up on somebody. That will be handled in a formal, and depositions can be used for that. The other thing I wanted to say is that you fired the town treasurer at the last special meeting, and I didn't see that recorded in the minutes today. It was resolution 5623. He was hired on 3/15/23 by resolution 4023. So now you're without a town treasurer again. I just wanted to make those comments. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you,
And I
Ms.
don't know when you'll be replacing the treasurer.
Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon.
No,
Is there anyone else in the gallery who wishes to speak at this time? Madam Clerk.
I have a Miss Angela. I can't pronounce the last name. It looked like CONASA. A,
Is there a Miss Angela in the gallery tonight?
or maybe you check, yes, did.
Is there anyone in the gallery who wishes to speak tonight?
Senator Anthony Muse would like to speak. But that wasn't, it was someone else that wanted to speak also. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Sounded, yes. he had to speak. Y'all can't hear me?
No, we can't.
Okay. Did you want to speak? Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
If you could just please state your name and your
my name is
address.
Joseph Smith,
Yes, sir.
5510 Arapahoe Drive. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I just rise to wish, and I rise to express my congratulations to you and to the town of Forest Heights on a wonderful election. I also rise to celebrate a very outstanding Juneteenth celebration, Mr. Town Administrator. The citizens of Forest Heights, absolutely. The citizens of Forest Heights, we cannot express our thanks to each of you for the tireless and thankless work that you do on behalf of this town. And we hope that the success that we've experienced in the past will only be a shadow to the success that we will experience in the future under your great leadership. So congratulations, Mr. Mayor, and we look forward to big things in the town of Forest Heights.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone online who wishes to speak at this time?
There are no hands raised, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Well, at this time, we will move into legislation. Resolution 51-23 is a resolution by the mayor and council of the town of Forest Heights, Maryland, confirming and officially appointing a new board member. My apologies. 52 is here. My apologies. Resolution 52-23 is a resolution of the mayor and council of the town of Forest Heights, Maryland, to approve the full-time employment of John Kelly as a code enforcement officer with collateral duties as animal control officer to serve within the town of Forest Heights Police Department. This is introduced by Acting Mayor Troy Lilly. I move that we waive the full reading of Resolution 52-23. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. I move that we adopt Resolution 52-23.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Noble,
Yes.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Brown's son,
Yes.
Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Mayor Lilly.
Yes,
Motion passed, 6 yes, 0 no's.
thank you, Madam Clerk. The next item up for business is Resolution 57-21. 57-23. Madam Clerk, could you direct me into the packet where this item is? Thank you. Madam. Resolution 57-23 is a resolution declaring a vacancy in the office of council member for Ward 1. This is introduced by Mayor Troy Lilly. I'll read this particular piece of legislation because it's very short. Whereas on May 1, 2023, Mayor Calvin Washington read into the record his resignation, Council President Troy Barrington Lilly assumed the role as acting mayor until the special election. A vacancy for Ward 1 was created upon Council President Troy Lilly winning the special election for office of mayor held on June 20th, 2023. And whereas it is in the best interest of the town to declare a vacancy in the office of Ward 1 council member and to conduct an organized, efficient, and effective process to fill the vacancy. And whereas the town charter in subsection 33-11 provides that if a vacancy on the town council occurs less than 15 months prior to the next election, the council shall appoint a qualified person in accordance with section 33-40 to fill such vacancy until the next regular election. And whereas the town charter in subsection 33-11 further provides that the person shall reside in the same ward as his predecessor and shall require the favorable votes of a majority of the remaining council members. And whereas pursuant to subsection 33-7 of the town charter, the town council shall be the judge of the qualifications as contained in sections 33-4 and 33-16 of its members. And be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately upon passage. I move that we adopt resolution 57-23.
Second.
Discussion. It has been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 57-23. All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. Does shall mean must?
I will defer to our town attorney, Mr. Best. Are you able to discuss the difference of shall versus must and its effect in legal language?
Shall typically does mean must. Sometimes it's not mandatory, it's considered directory, and it depends on the context of the use of the word shall. One would use the rules of statutory construction, but typically the answer is yes. Is there a particular provision where the word shall is used that is troublesome to you?
I was just wondering if we would choose, could the vacancy be left open?
The charter does not have a penalty for leaving the vacancy open. Since there's no penalty, it's possible to leave it open and the only way that would be enforced would be through a mandamus action filed in the court to direct the municipality's governing body to carry forth the mandate in the charter. So there is a provision, however, in the charter that says that a charter violation can result in a suspension of the mayor or the council person that is guilty of committing the charter violation. So although there's not a direct requirement in the charter to enforce this particular provision, there's an incentive to do so. And then, of course, there is the heavy hand of the courts themselves if they were to get involved. So does that perhaps answer your question?
Somewhat. I guess if I was just thinking that this is what June. And
Yes.
and it's time that this particular position will be open again in March.
Yes.
So I was just, thinking about all those things.
That's a very long period to have an open council position. I would strongly recommend to my client, the mayor and council, to fill that position in a reasonable fashion.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Rhodes.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any other questions, Councilmember Bronson? Thank you. Councilmember Noble, did you have something to add?
Yes. My reading of the resolution is declaring the vacancy in Ward 1. So there's no process in reference to timing for people to apply, qualified candidates to apply, and when that selection process may occur, or the council to appoint the persons.
Well, one thing I'd like to add there is in the charter, it does state that if 60 days pass after the vacancy is declared and no one is appointed, then a special election must be conducted. So it would be prudent for the council to act quickly to recognize potential nominees and avoid a special election. We just had one of those yesterday. And the council has very clear guidance in the charter for what to do in a situation like this, even if it was a 1 month period or if it was a 2 month period. So I believe that we would like to avoid a special election or any other long and drawn out or protracted process. And I would also like to add as a personal note that it would be in our best interest to bring nominees, if we can, at the next election for consideration, if the council so agrees. And with that, I yield my time. The next regularly scheduled meeting in July, which is July the 3rd. Is there any other discussion on resolution 57-23?
Just the last, I guess this will be the last one that, what means are we taking to communicate this to the residents in Ward 1? Will it be in the newsletter? Because it's 2 weeks away before our next meeting.
Well, would we like to advertise it longer? Madam Clerk, when is the next town newsletter going out?
On the streets by Monday or Tuesday.
Does the council find that that's going to provide sufficient notice to residents who may be interested?
Yes.
And you can use other means of communicating it as well, you know, other than the newsletter.
Mhm.
Mr. Town Administrator, can we
Yes, sir.
ensure that the notification of the vacancy and qualifications for those who are interested in being considered for nomination can be sent out in electronic means in addition to newsletter as well?
Yes, sir. We can send it out in the text alert, constant contact roster, and the newsletter.
Thank you, sir. Does that satisfy the council? Very well. If there is no further discussion, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have Councilmember Noble,
Yes.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Brown son. Yes. Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Mayor Lilly.
Yes,
Motion passed, 6 yes, 0 no.
thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we will have reports from council members in each ward, and we will begin with Ward 1, Councilmember McDonald.
Good evening, everyone. Only thing I have to report is that we're going to be hosting a Forest Heights bike event for all of the youth, not all of the youth, but youth in the town of Forest Heights, hosted by Ward 1. And we're looking forward to that. It will also be hosting an adult biking event as well. This is all in support of the Healthy Heights initiative. I'm also looking forward to attending the Maryland Municipal League training coming up next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember McDonald. Ward 2, Councilmember Brownson, let's start with you.
Thank you. I just want to thank the staff and the police department for an outstanding Juneteenth day. And I also want to thank them for celebrating my birthday, which is June 19th, which is Juneteenth Day. And I want to thank everyone that came out to attend Juneteenth Day. It was a great celebration. And so thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Brownson. Next, we will move to Councilman Kennedy.
I'd like to congratulate you again for becoming our newly elected mayor. Look forward.
Thank you.
Look forward
Councilmember.
to moving the town forward with this new elected body. I'm looking forward to filling the slot for Ward 1 and continue great things for the town.
Thank you, Councilmember Kennedy. Next, we'll move to Ward 3, and I will begin with Councilmember Hines.
Good evening. Also, I'd like to piggyback off of Councilman Kennedy's to congratulate you again. So I'm glad to see you're now mayor. So congratulations. Also, I would like to say Juneteenth was a success. I want to say thank you to acting town administrator. You did a wonderful job. Thank you, and all your staff, everyone that participated. Also, I just want to piggyback off of the meet and greet that we did do in Ward 3. It was a good turnout, but I hope to have another one in up and coming. So thank you to my Councilwoman Paula Noble. You know, she might say something else. Thank you.
Well, hopefully you still have something to say, Councilmember Noble. I think you do.
Just a little bit. Good evening, all. I love to see a full house. Hopefully we can do it again soon, not for election, but just for community. I want to like everyone, we're going to congratulate Mayor Lilly. So our youngest mayor. So we're making a little more history here in the town of Forest Heights. On Ward 3 meet and greet, we had some concerns that I just want to bring to the attention of our residents, not only in Ward 3, but in the town of Forest Heights. And the main concern is out-of-state tags. And we want to welcome everyone in the town who has moved here, but the state requires that you change your tags. That's not being done as often as it used to be. So when I say that to say, when you dial 911, more than likely, Forest Heights Police or Prince George's Police Department will be here, but not where you have your tags registered. So that's my plea, that we change our tags to the state of Maryland so that the town of Forest Heights can receive those revenues to pay for the services that we provide in our town. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Noble. I just want to piggyback on the end of that. Also, if you're making changes to your address at the Motor Vehicle Administration, please be sure to put Forest Heights as the town and not Oxon Hill. We are bordered by Oxon Hill. We love our Oxon Hill neighbors, but Forest Heights is its own unique location, and we have sovereignty here in our boundaries. So that helps. That makes a difference. If you haven't done that, consider doing that sooner than later. And as for my report, I want to thank all the residents in the town of Forest Heights who came out and participated in our special election yesterday. It is my pleasure to serve as the mayor of Forest Heights, and I just appreciate everyone who took time to participate in the democratic process. And I look forward to leading the town into a new chapter of growth, a new chapter of accountability, and a new chapter of engagement with both our existing residents and especially our youth. I would also like to thank the police department for hosting a successful water bash on last Saturday, which was very well attended and particularly engaged our youth. We also had Juneteenth, which has been mentioned several times, a great turnout from the community. I think that judging by how many people were there and how many people stayed past the end time into the sunset, eating the food and enjoying the music and just conversing with one another, that it was a successful event. And we're looking forward to doing more like that. We love seeing you come out We got a chance to talk to a lot of you also and hear your concerns and also the things that we're doing well. So we're always happy to engage with you. And thank you for coming out, for staying, and for being the best part of Forest Heights. I also want to continue what Councilmember McDonald mentioned. MML stands for Maryland Municipal League. It is an organization that our town is a part of, and its mission is to train and to support the mission of municipalities in Maryland. The council members will be going to Ocean City next week. We'll be going to do training, which helps us to administer our offices better, to protect the town, and to plan for the future as well. And so we're looking forward to that. We hope that it's an asset to us so that we can be an asset to you as a community. And that concludes my comments for reports. Anyone have anything else before we move on? Councilmember Noble.
I just want to thank the Delegate Woods for her performance at our Juneteenth event. We look forward to future songs.
Yeah, Delegate Jamila Woods, I'd like to acknowledge you as well. She's our District 26 delegate in the House of Delegates for the Maryland State General Assembly. And Delegate Woods, you sang Family Affair. That was very aptly titled, a very aptly selected song that afternoon. So thank you for that. And I think that makes you the second delegate to sing at a Forest Heights event in the last year. So I think we're gonna have to ask Senator Muse next time he's here if he can sing a little something. Or Delegate Valderrama. And also, forgive me. We've got a lot of people in the room tonight who came to join us. I'd also like to recognize our District 8 County Council member, Edward Burrows, who is a product of Forest Heights. For those who don't know, Councilman Burrows attended Forest Heights Elementary in his formative years. And judging by his performance and his elevation to the county council so far, we can see that Forest Heights can produce truly outstanding citizens. So thank you for being here, sir, and being an example of what our community can do. Next, we will move into new business. So we have elected a new mayor. We have declared a vacancy in Ward 1 for council member. And now we will consider a vote for council president. Okay. Give us just one moment. Madam Clerk will return in a moment. And while she's doing that, I'll just share a few words. Council president is a role that stands in the stead of the mayor. So in any event that the mayor is unable to perform his or her duties, the council president acts in their stead. And if the mayor or the mayorship is vacated, the council president becomes the acting mayor until an election or a special election is held. No, we're going to take the vote now. Is your mic on, Madam Clerk?
Yes. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
We have 4 for Councilmember McDonald.
Congratulations, Councilmember McDonald. You're our new council president. All right, the next item is a reminder. On Saturday, June 24th, which is this coming Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we'll have the Forest Heights Health Symposium, which will be right here at the municipal building. And it's going to consist of free health screenings, home health information, and more for all ages. And Councilmember Noble, did you want to provide more information on who's participating and partnering with us for that event?
Yes. The Forest Heights Police Department, in partnership with Dementia Friendly America South County, is sponsoring this along with GW, CVS, and of course, I can't remember. It's so many. Look, Picket Fences, Crescent Ridge, Visiting Angels. We're waiting for prevention of blindness. They may participate as well, and Infinity. And we're going to have memory screenings for people who they can take the memory screenings to their doctors. It's just a screening. So those are available for residents, for anyone in District 8 invited. And we have the link on Instagram and on our Forest Heights page. So if you don't register, you still may come. So it's open from 11 to 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Noble. Since we have guests in the room, Councilmember Burrows or Delegate Woods, would you like to have words before we close? Yes, Delegate Woods, please stand. Thank you.
I just want, first of all, say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Mayor Lilly, we're so excited to see you in this role. We know that you are going to do an exceptional job, and so I'm very happy. Thank you again for the opportunity. I do want to ask once more, we are at the final leg of anyone who knows high school senior or someone who's going into any type of a trade program. You do not have to be a high school senior. If an adult is going into a program, I have money. I have money. And I'm trying to say it louder.
Money.
And I want to see people get money. I'm not going to tell you how many people called me and asked, do you have money? And so far, only 10 people have submitted an application. It is a very simple, short application request. I think you have the information. Please put it on your website, put it out. I want to see that people get it, right? It is not just for high school seniors. If you know adults who are going into programs and needing financial support, I have money. Please apply. Okay, thank you.
Delegate Woods, please make sure you send us that link so we can share it out.
Thank you.
Councilmember Burrows.
Yes, I will use the mic. Delegate, you have money, I have a need. We'll talk later, but I just want to say on behalf of the county council, county government, congratulations, Mr. Mayor. We look forward to continuing to work with you and to support your leadership and vision for the city. I also want to give a shout out to Councilmember Noble, who I know has your back as well and is going to support you through this journey. Anything I can do for Forest Heights, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or my office.
Thank you, sir. Delegate Woods, there was a request. I don't know if this is in jest or not, but to have you sing another selection. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of you in the house tonight, and I want to let you know that you don't have to leave with an empty stomach. As part of tonight's meeting and events, we have a full spread of food in the back that you can please stay with us and enjoy. We don't want to have any food to waste. So if you have time, stay and commune with the council and with our community for a little bit and enjoy some of this food as we celebrate conducting and completing a new election and naming a new council president and just generally stepping into a new chapter in the town of Forest Heights. And with that, the time is 8:50 and this meeting is adjourned.